Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Joy Factor. I have my very special guest, Cathy Carphin. She is going to be talking to us about um, surviving grief through the holidays. Not surviving, dealing with grief through the holidays, managing grief through the holidays.
Yeah, I think that's a good term. Just,
Okay,
you know, deciding how we want to deal with the holidays. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So that's what we're talking about
yeah.
today on Joy Factor. I come to you from the unceded traditional territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I do a land acknowledgement as a matter of my contribution to the healing and progression of the reconciliation process.
Thanks,
Welcome,
Sue. And I'm
Kathy.
I'm here speaking from the unceded territories of the Lekwungen speaking people, specifically the Songhees and Esquimalt.
Okay.
Because I'm in the on the what's called the South Island, Vancouver Island in Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, welcome, Kathy. It's nice to see you, and welcome back to Joy Factor. We always are happy to have you here as our guest. And I think this is a very apropos topic. So, thank you for contributing to or making this contribution to our um, body of work.
Mhm.
So, welcome.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
really a delight to be here, Sue.
Yeah, thanks so much. I love your poinsettia.
My homage to the season
Hmm.
and your lovely red shirt with the sparkles
Yes,
on it.
well, have to make it merry and bright as much as possible.
Well, it's a sparkly season, isn't it?
It truly is. It
Yeah.
truly is.
And we're already in the stores and on television seeing, you know, um, the trappings of the Christmas, not necessarily celebrated by particular people, but it's kind of become a year-end symbol, right?
Hmm.
Lots of cultures prior to our own developed celebrations to kind of bring light back into these darkest days of the year. So, what we celebrate nowadays comes under many names depending on how you choose to participate. But yeah,
It's true. I actually like the traditions of Hanukkah
yeah,
and the
exactly.
stories that go along with that, the miracle of the 7 days of oil to
Yeah,
light the lamp and provide light during the darkness of winter. So yeah, and then which uh, there's the other one that is a celebration of light. Um, I forget what it's called.
there are a whole host of names, and I'm preparing an article for our local newspaper, the Times Colonist, really to be done after that long, the weekend after, the normal Christmas celebrations. And in there, which I didn't pull up for myself here, there are many, many names um, developed by different cultures, right?
Yeah.
But they're all, I mean, the focus of all of them is to provide light in these darkest days. Yeah,
Yes, as we have the darkness of winter, the winter solstice,
yeah.
um, and then returning to the light after, because we celebrate the shortest day of the year and the longest night, usually around the 21st of
Mhm.
December, and then head into the light returning January and the days getting longer in
Which
January and
seems to take a
February.
really long time, doesn't it? Oh, God.
It does, but you know what? I love March. I love the
Mm,
beginning of March when you
yeah,
start having that sense of the longer days.
yeah.
Yeah. And the blossoms start, you can hear the birds returning and all of the things. So it's
Especially
great.
here on the West Coast, winter
Hmm.
isn't quite such a you know, all encompassing presence out here. I mean,
Hmm.
it's more rainy.
Yeah, yeah, the darkness of the clouds, to be sure, to
Yeah,
be
right.
sure.
Right.
Yeah, on the
But I
prairies,
love it
we.
because I lived most of my adult life on the prairie. Actually, I was raised in Winnipeg, which is prairie country too. So yeah, I'm really grateful to be here in the rain. I don't mind the rain, honestly. I don't.
Yeah, -40 is a little discouraging
It's a
on
lot.
the regulars.
So in a way that kind of leads us into what we're talking about today. And it is, to make the most of the season, however it is you find yourself. I mean, the nice thing about the prairies is it is winter, there's snow. It's often wet snow, which means it's sparkly under the street lights and under the moonlight. So it really lends itself to this idea of Christmas and year-end festivities. Out here a little less so. We're more reliant on the trappings of the season. But we're in November, but still, when we're talking about it here today, but we're already seeing, you know, as I said, the Christmas decorations, and on TV, I'm seeing perfume ads and jewelry ads, and they usually come up at this time of year. So it's the beginning of what feels for many people a lot of pressure. There's a lot of consumerism pressure, a lot of festivity, home decorating, making everything, cheerful and joyful. But you know what? That is not what life is.
Yeah.
Um, I think the festivities of this time of year really do honor the joys of life.
Hmm.
And I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to, um, just spend some time being grateful and spending time with people we care about. What I want to say about that is there are many, many things in life that kind of put a damper on those activities and even that willingness to participate. A lot of us are invited to parties, social gatherings at work and family gatherings, and maybe our social community, lots of participation. And when I was a kid, um, I don't know if that's true anymore, but my parents belonged to organizations and they have had kids celebrations
Hmm.
separate from the holiday, but we'd all, sort of play games and have a little gift and sit on Santa's knee and all that kind of stuff, which was kind of fun. It's nice to remember that. But, the reality is people come into this season under all kinds of pressures. Financial pressure makes it
Hmm.
difficult to buy gifts, even to think about putting on a special meal where a lot of the ingredients cost a little bit more because they're in demand. Um, Sometimes there's somebody who should be there in the family gathering who's not there. And
Hmm.
it makes a difference about how we feel about engaging in those kinds of celebratory activities. But my message, honestly, Sue, is simple. Do you
That's right.
look after your own well-being? It doesn't, you know, this is not going to be the only time you're invited to a gathering of some kind to celebrate. But maybe this is not the right time for us to participate in those things. Um, I don't, I personally don't think there's any shame, any harm in just saying, no, thank you.
Right. I agree with that. I think to respect your own personal boundaries and understand that. what you're feeling may not be the same kind of joy that everybody else is feeling, and you don't want to force that.
Hmm.
Um, but and yet you want to respect, their sense of joy.
Hmm.
And so it's yeah, saying no, thank you. And I think the message to people receiving the no thank you is to say, okay, next
Yeah,
time. And
exactly.
to really have a sense of, okay, they're not feeling it, so we'll just allow and
Hmm.
provide space for them to be that. But we're gonna check in.
Yeah.
We'll
And they
send a
will come
happy,
back. They will come
yeah,
back. They will be their old self again as we remembered them to be. But I agree, we really need to honor the other person's ability to recognize their own needs and to look after those needs.
right. Yeah. And a lot of people aren't drinking as much these
Mm.
days anymore either. So for people, like if you, oh, I think it's good to always have a non-alcoholic beverage available to those that are going to make those choices and honor and respect those choices. Um, uh, we're grown-ups. We don't apply that kind of stupid peer pressure.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Well,
anyway.
I think sometimes these celebrate, when you get together with a lot of party animals, the temptation is to join in, but and I think we hear a lot about safety. If you've overdone it, then call a cab to get you home. Yeah, it's inconvenient, but it's a lot better to arrive home safely.
To be sure. To be
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I like your message of just um, honor yourself
yeah.
and honor others
Mhm.
by stating um your desire to probably be a little less involved in holiday celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, if you've lost someone significant in your life, for example, your friends are going to know that, your office colleagues are going to know that. And uh, I really think in this day and age, they're not going to judge you for not participating. They know, they understand, and hopefully um, are going to give you the space to look after your own needs, to do your own healing. I will say this in my own experience. I mean, my husband's been gone now over 6 years, so I've had lots of time to address these issues within myself. But in the early stages, when your brain's still trying to adjust to this new way of life, whatever it is, whoever it is you've lost, um, whoever's not going to be present in the holiday.
Hmm.
Um, when you're in those early stages, you honestly you just don't know what you want.
Mm.
Your wishes can change from one moment to the next.
Hmm.
So, I think honestly, it's fair to even if you really do want to go, but you don't know how you're going to feel at the moment of getting dressed and heading out the door or having somebody pick you up and take you to wherever it is the gathering is. I think even just to recognize that it might be okay now when I say yes, but it might not be okay when the time comes, and to just give yourself the grace and the flexibility and maybe just let people know, thank you for
Right,
the invitation. I will
right,
try and come. I can't guarantee that at the time I will I will be able to come. I've heard somebody say, I don't know where this came from, let your yes be yes and your no be no.
right.
You don't honestly have to explain.
Yeah, I know. We don't need the story, and they don't need the story, and you don't need to tell the story.
They
It's
don't
so funny.
exactly.
Um, uh, there's times when people are, I work front of house for a theater, and
Mm,
sometimes we're in the house and the show's on. The actors are on stage. The house is dark. but the lights are on the stage and people have to go to the bathroom. And as the ushers were standing there, they'll say, I have to go to the bathroom. We know you're going to the bathroom. You don't have to tell me.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
so I always just do this. I don't need the story.
Just go, I'll help you to the exit.
Exactly. Just go. And that's the other thing. Like if you walk into a room that's really, and like the energy is way too high for you to manage, it's okay to like step back and
Yeah,
maybe go into a quiet room
yeah.
to regain your conscious, like regain your sense of, okay, overwhelm
Hmm.
and manage that and then kind of understand that you're walking into a room full of lots of energy and recalibrate. And then if you just can't do it, say, you know what, I need to go. This is a
Yeah.
little too much for me. Or you don't even have to say anything. You could just say, you know what, I just need to go. Okay.
I think it's if you can, it's nice to manage the expectations of the people who you
Yeah,
will be with, just so that they not anticipate, but they at least will understand that there's a change of circumstance for you.
right.
The thing I wanted to talk about, and this is, we've been talking so far about us managing our own sense of well-being in the moment. Um, I'm aware that I'm a widow, I live alone, so I get to make all my own decisions at any point in time, but
Right.
many people who are under a lot of stress, whether it's financial or family or whatever it might be, um, they are expected by tradition, by family tradition, to host the family gathering. The
Mm.
turkey's going to be cooked at their place. Maybe everything is going to be cooked there. Um, but now, at the end of November, 2 or 3 weeks ahead of the actual holiday, although, US folks are dealing with Thanksgiving, which I think
Yeah,
is probably
Thursday.
their biggest holiday, right?
Yes, I am going to be posting this on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, okay, good, good, good.
Yeah.
Um, what I'm going to say is really something that needs to be managed ahead of the event. So I hope that those who are dealing with grief during the US Thanksgiving holiday are managing their well-being as best they can.
Mhm.
And then Christmas is coming up. Those year-end celebrations are coming up, and if you felt like didn't you weren't happy with how Thanksgiving went, that you can make some adjustments for the Christmas celebrations to better suit where you're at.
Yeah. In Canada, we have a longer runway for
Much,
that.
much longer, yeah. What I wanted to say was that if you're the one who normally traditionally handles the the family gathering and the meals, but you've had a major life change in the interim from last year, then try and plan ahead and say it entirely depends on your own circumstance.
Hmm.
Either ask someone else to host it, or maybe you can cook the turkey and have everyone else bring a side dish and dessert so that all of the emphasis is not on you in particular, right?
You
So
would hope, you would hope that your friends and family would step up and go, you know what?
yeah,
There's been some stuff that went on and we get it. So how about we do this instead?
that would be, yeah, I mean, that's really the ideal situation. And I would have to say, even when that happens, if you don't feel like you can participate
Hmm.
for your own well-being, your own sake, just say no. Thanks so much. Send me pictures.
Yeah. I'll join you by Zoom someday.
Yeah. So I know that you are really involved in theater. And the other thing that I think is really important is we don't have to isolate during this time of year.
Hmm.
Um, we can, even if we're on our own, like myself, we can take ourselves off to the theater I know like the live theaters aren't necessarily open on Day, but there you were saying earlier that there's a lot of
Christmas Eve and Boxing
events put
Day.
on around the Christmas
Yeah,
Day period.
right,
And I think the theaters are open, at least they used to be when I was a young woman. The theaters were open on Christmas Day, so there's at least one place that you can go to sort of get away
right.
if you want to. I don't know if that's true anymore, but it was.
Yeah, no, I think because of because of the performance schedules that we have
Yeah.
for our theaters and the contracts that we have with the actors.
Hmm.
They have the day off on Christmas Day.
Yeah, no, I meant the cinema.
Oh, dark. Oh,
I think the
oh,
cinema is open on Christmas
oh my
Day.
goodness, yes.
I think.
Yes,
I mean, it
yes,
was when I
film.
was a young person, yeah.
Yeah, no, yes. You can still go see a movie
And I
on
don't know
Christmas
if the
Day.
rec centers are open, go for a swim or something. I have no idea.
Probably not.
But,
It
if
could
you're
be.
looking for something to do on that day,
You can find it.
check the local recreation entertainment venue, not the venues maybe necessary, but look online, see what's open, see what's available.
And if you live in a milder climate like we do, if it's a nice
Hmm.
day, just go out and go for a walk around the neighborhoods that have lots of Christmas lights.
Yes, and well, yeah, and if you can drive yourself around in the evening or find a sort of a bus tour or something in the evening of all the Christmas lights, that would be lovely too. There's a lot to do during this time of year that just
Hmm.
isn't available any other time of year. And I don't honestly think, of course, it always depends on who you are and how you feel about things. And you do need to honor your own sense of well-being. But there are a lot of things that a person can do on their own to just enjoy life. In this season, there are special things that aren't available any other time of year, but yeah, grief tends to make us want to be on our own. We just don't often, especially in the early stages, have the energy to include other people in our day-to-day activities. Sometimes we really want someone there to just bring us peace, to get us out of ourselves a little bit for a while. And so I think it's really important to just be aware of our internal state and honor that in whatever way makes sense. I mean, there's no way that I can give a general formula. I can't because people's personalities are different, their circumstances are different. But I do think the key message is try and look internally, make an assessment of what you want in this moment and honor that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And understand that you might change your mind.
exactly. Oh, yes.
Wait 5 minutes and the weather will change.
Very true. Yeah,
We used to say that on the prairies a lot.
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
wait
for
5 minutes,
sure.
the weather will change. Actually, I was walking out yesterday. I was
Mhm.
walking down to the gym and it was pouring rain, just pouring
Mhm.
rain. And then as I came out of the class and was walking home, it was just hardly any rain at all. I was like, wow. In an hour, it just like changed
Yeah.
dramatically. So
And people still need to walk the dog, don't they?
they
It
do.
doesn't matter what day it is or what the weather's like. The dog has to get out a couple of times a day. So if that's your way of just being in community, gosh, head to the local dog park or
Oh,
local park,
yeah.
and you will find somebody walking the dog, and maybe they'll stop and chat if you want to have a chat. Yeah.
Well, if you have a dog and they have a dog, chances are And the dogs are going to stop and, give each other a sniff and communicate in some way anyway. So,
Exactly.
you might as well
Yeah,
have a
for
little chat with
sure.
the dog
Yeah,
owners.
yeah. I guess, and finally, what I want to say is, if you really don't have any um, things to do, planned to do on the day itself, let the day be the day.
Yeah.
Chill, sit back, enjoy it, read a book, watch your favorite movie on television. We all have streaming these days. You probably pick up your favorite. It's all for free, probably, right? Because they're all classics. The
Mm,
the Christmas movies, the holiday, the year-end movies. Yeah. Just if you want to make yourself a special meal because it reminds you of the season, or if you want to throw up a few decorations around your space, simple. Doesn't have to be, I don't actually. I have, when I moved here, I just brought along a few things that I really liked. I have a Christmas wreath, which means a lot to me because it just showed up one day. A neighbor had made this wreath for me and stuck it on my door. I keep it. It hangs on my bedroom door
oh, nice.
24/7. Yeah. Um, and I have a column of Christmas balls, which are all different colors and look very pretty. And it sits by my sofa on the other side of what you see there, 24/7. And so for me, the brightness and goodwill of this time of year is in my space 24/7. So
That's great.
yeah.
We're coming to the end of our
Okay.
session,
Yeah.
Cathy. Yeah. What are the final notes that you would like to say to
Well, I think as
everyone?
I've said a few times in our discussion, really just honor your current situation. Um, look after your own needs. Don't worry about other people. They will come around. They will, especially if you give them a little bit of preparation so that they can anticipate, you know, your level of participation and why.
Hmm.
I we're in charge of ourselves. Like I think that's the real message. We do need, especially in the times of grief, when the world really isn't its normal thing for us.
Right.
We really do just need to take care of who we are and where we are.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that wisdom and those insights. I know it was hard earned. So thank you
Hard
very
earned.
much.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, well, not so bad at this, this
Well,
time period of time since my husband left.
right.
Yeah.
So thanks again for being my guest, and thank you again for your wisdom and insights. It is greatly appreciated. For everybody who has enjoyed this video, please engage with us in the comments and let us know what you do if you're experiencing grief over the holidays and how you manage through that. So thanks again, Cathy. I wish you the best of the season,
Thank you,
and
Sue.
I'll be seeing you around in the Federation.
Sounds good. Looking forward to
Okay,
it. Okay,
thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye.